Hey guys! In this video I'm going to show you how to make bibs for about 50 cents or less depending on the fabric. Start out by selecting the fabric you'd like. I believe I paid about $1 for this one. Be sure to throw your fabric in the washer and dryer first. Because I'm using flannel, the edges frayed a little bit in the washing machine, but that's okay, we'll sew them up. Start by folding your design in half so that the print is on the inside. Be mindful of fabrics that have a print that only goes in one direction. You'll want to pay attention to this so that they don't turn out upside down. Fold your fabric over one more time. This should be able to give you at least 2 bibs. Using your favorite pre-existing bib, lay it on the fabric to use as a guide. We are going to use this as a stencil for our bibs. Try to leave at least 2 inches on the sides of the bibs. You should have at least 2 inches all the way around. I didn't buy enough fabric, so mine are going to be a little smaller for this tutorial. Next, you'll want to pin the bib onto the fabric so that it doesn't move. I used a total of 4 pins and placed them on each corner. Next, using your scissors, carefully cut on the sides of the fabric to release all folds. All of the fabric should now be individual pieces. Now it's time to outline the bib. You can use chalk or fabric chalk, but for this I'm going to use a black pen so that you can see it on the camera. Again, because I didn't leave enough room for the fabric, I'm going to only be tracing around the bib about ½ an inch. If you're able to create at least 2 inches, that would probably be best. Using our scissors, we're going to carefully cut around the outline. It's always best to give yourself more fabric allowance, so try and cut as far away from the outline that you made as possible. Time to get your pins out again. This time we're going to be removing the pins that we used earlier to hold the fabric in place. Remember how I said we were making 2 bibs? You should have 4 pieces of fabric left. Carefully pin the top 2 fabric layers together and the bottom 2 layers together. Now do the same for the other 3 corners of the bib. And voila, you've got 2 bibs. Almost 2 bibs. Next, we're going to be measuring the neckline. Start by placing the 2 ends together and pinning them in place. This is going to be our guideline to see how big the opening for the baby's neck is going to be. Obviously, baby's neck is bigger than that. Using a finished bib, we're going to lay it over top and draw an outline around to make the hole bigger. This bib that I'm using to outline with is a Tommy Tippy bib. It's one of my favorites because the neck is just so wide. Remove the bib and the pin. You're most likely going to have to go over it again with your pen, as not all of the marks will have gone through. This is also the perfect opportunity to fine-tune your circle and make it as round as possible. Don't worry about all the pen marks. This is going to be on the inside and nobody will see it. Pinching the top again, we should have a rounder and more perfect circle for baby's neck. Sew all the way around the entire bib, but leave a small opening at the bottom. Once you're finished sewing, go ahead and remove all of the pins around. I like to trim the excess around the neck off before turning it inside out so it's not too bulky around the neck. Remember that area we didn't sew closed? Well, that's going to be our hole to turn it inside out. Carefully begin feeding the fabric through until everything is right side out. Having trouble getting it all through? Using a pen will help you get out all the corners easily. Now it's time to close up the bottom. It's kind of hard to describe this, but basically just push the fabric in and pinch it closed. Then add a pin to hold it in place. Next, sew about 1/4 to 1/2 inch around the entire inside of the bib. This is going to give it a more polished look. Time to get out the Velcro. Cut out your pieces of Velcro to match with the ends of your bib. Pin the Velcro onto the bib and sew them in place. Run your sewing machine a few times over the Velcro. You'll want to make sure the Velcro doesn't break off from opening and closing the bib during uses. Once you see how easy and quick it is to make these, you'll wonder why you spent all that money on store-bought ones. I was able to make 22 bibs for $15. That's only because I bought expensive prints. And because these bibs are reversible, mix and match fabrics to make these truly one of a kind. Thanks for watching, guys. If you'd like to see any more tutorials, leave a comment down below and I'll see you guys in the next video.